Welcome back to the channel. Anton Daniels was having a conversation on one of his panels. It was one of those open discussions that they have. And there was this woman named Aaliyah, who was, of course, representing the voice of reason. And then there was this other woman who said that she had a good man, but she left him because he wasn't her soulmate. He came in and took care of her child, and she still found bogus reasons to find her way out of the relationship. And they started to pry and press her. The panel let her have it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Let's not waste 1 minute.
Waiting on my ex-husband to be a bad person. I was truly waiting on him to do something so fucked up to me, so bad, that it would justify me ending the marriage. A lot of people that's never been in my situation won't be able to relate, and it's okay because this message ain't for you. But again, I was waiting on my husband to be a bad person. I stayed with the same person for 21 years, created a family. I was in the relationship 21 years, married 17. And I was married to a good man. I was married to a good guy. But we weren't good together. And being in a relationship where you're just not fulfilled, where you're not happy, but you are with a person that you know is good, and you're hearing the rest of the world talk about how hard it is, how there aren't any good men in the world, it will make you stay longer than you need to. Your soul is yearning for more, right? But you're stuck. And that was me for a very long time. And I had to realize that he doesn't have to be a villain in the story for me to find my happiness. He doesn't have to be a horrible person for me to realize that he is not my person. I did us both a favor. I really did. And this is coming from my heart. And it's hard because who leaves a good man? Who? But once I turned 40, guys, my happiness became non-negotiable. And I had to do what was best for me. I could not see myself dying just to stay committed to society because I was no longer committed to myself and my happiness, and I wasn't committed to the marriage anymore.
Women are cooked nowadays.
Boy, I hope the next nigga dog her.
It is.
I hope he mollywop her ass. Take her through the trenches.
Is 40 just the eight? Like, I think what's that twin? What's the twin that thought the grass was greener when she divorced? Tia Tamara? Yeah, like, are women thinking there's a whole bunch of good men that are interested in them when they have?
I'm gonna tell you what it is. I know what it is. I think they confuse them niggas in the inbox. They confuse them niggas as being husbands. Them niggas just trying to fuck. Once you realize all 118 of them just trying to fuck, they say whatever. Hey, beautiful, good morning, queen. That shit don't matter.
Women often think that the guys that are in their DMs, that those are their real dating options, when those are just men who want some ass. A lot of the times, even a lot of the guys who are hollering at you day to day in person, you can tell which guys are the quality men and the guys who are hollering at you in a way to where you wouldn't have wanted to know them anyway.
Oh, hey girl, yeah, walk this way with that fine ass.
When it comes to the DMs, overwhelmingly the majority of them are just guys who want to sleep with you, and women always inflate this and think that this is like their actual dating market value. Let's continue.
It don't matter. They just want some box. That's it. Women start looking at their husband like, you know what type of action I got? Niggas is looking like, what?
That's a fact.
So what is a good man? She talking about a good man. What defines a good man first?
I actually was in that situation just a little bit outside
with
of
a good man.
I feel like, yeah, with a really good man, but we weren't happy. I wasn't happy.
Wait,
but
hold on. Why weren't you happy?
Wait. Let her tell her story. Let her tell her
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I understood that. She said, "Who leaves a good man?" And that's all you could think about is, "Oh my God, you know, he does this, that, whatever." But first, let me say this before I even start like that. I wanted to say, I feel like a lot of us women. Notice I did say us, me as well, but I'm aware of it now. That a lot of us live in a fairy tale ideology. That we want all of the bubbly feelings. We want the, like you just said, the good morning queen text, and we want all of those things. We want to feel a certain kind of way. We want you to do all those different things. When you come in the house, you walk by me, you didn't grab my ass. All those different things. And what the hell are you talking about? And we start to I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on, I'm on my phone. I can't see y'all. Okay. But yeah, when we start to, those are the things that we really, once those things start, I feel like once you're in a marriage or a long-term relationship, those little things, not saying that they're not important, that is not the end all be all. That is not the point of why we're in this relationship. I feel like a lot of women, we marry, I'm not saying love doesn't matter, but we marry for love. We're in a relationship for love. We want all of those, like I said, all of those feelings.
That's not what keeps marriages together. And we got to start having these conversations. We got to start having them in a serious way. Love does not keep marriages together. Choices, sacrifice, devotion, loyalty keeps marriages together. And if we start thinking that a vibe and a feeling and a connection is what keeps a marriage together, we're going to keep having all of our marriages only exist within 5 years.
All of those, all the little butterflies. Oh, he makes me feel like this. He's texting me all day. He, all those different things. But once those things are gone, then what? When things start to really get real, when you're deep inside of that relationship or deep inside of that marriage, then what? So I feel like, me personally, I feel like I was a victim. I mean, I was not a victim. I was a person of that. I was in a relationship with a good man, an older man, excellent provider, amazing provider. But he didn't do those little things. He didn't initiate sex a lot.
If you're gonna dig me down gently. Don't go fast, take it real slowly. I just want some deep strokes in my ribs.
Why am I not surprised that the first thing when it came to your issues with a man who had everything you needed was something that had to do with your box getting tingled? It was the first thing.
You nasty. You's a nasty woman.
In most cases, our women are prioritizing how a man makes them feel in bed over the quality of who he is. Let's get back into it.
And, all those little things. He didn't make me feel motivated. He didn't speak life into me. All those little things that that women put to the pedestal. But he was a good man. And I guess that would lead the question, what is a good man? I guess long story short, a good man to me is he was outside of the provider.
Let me get this straight. He has to be the most competent person in this scenario, the stronger person in this scenario. He's responsible for more. He probably won't even outlive you. And you're mad about all this little extra shit that doesn't have anything to do with all that stuff I just mentioned. He's already made a far greater sacrifice just joining a monogamous union with you. Let's keep in mind, men lose money to be in relationships. Women save money to be in them.
He was an honest man. He showed up. I do have a child. He showed up for my child.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Well, he did everything that he did for my child.
This is a loaded question.
Yes.
I think women like to pick and choose when to be happy. So the moment things go bad, then you no longer happy.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody said that marriage is a walk in the park, but I think that women bring into, I'm no longer happy. First of all, that's very selfish. If you are especially if you have kids, your happiness goes out the window. I'm sorry, it does. Because there's other people in it. The moment things go bad, that is when it comes. I'm no longer happy because things are not going your way. So that vow that you take is serious, for better or for worse. And I believe that most women leave when the minute that things don't go their way. And now they turn it into, I'm unhappy. So I'm leaving.
Yeah.
That's not the case. The men stay. The men know that they have a commitment, whatever it is. The men know. Most women leave their marriage. And no, it's not going to be the Disney Channel fairy tale that they sell you. I don't believe that anyone, our grandmothers, our aunts, or anybody who's been married for 40, 50 plus years, everything has been what? Peaches and rainbows? No, they stayed for a reason. And yes, sometimes you have to look at the bigger picture, and sometimes it's not about your happiness.
Nope.
Sometimes it's about,
and I feel like
men about the bigger picture that's outside of you.
it was very simple but very profound, and something that most Black couples need to listen to, especially if you're considering marriage, because this is one of the main things that are destroying us. Marriage is not just about you. It's not just about you. That's a part of what makes marriage cool. It's this decision that you know will make this cool domino effect that will affect so many others. And eventually there'll be a legacy and a possibly even a auditorium room of people behind you who you helped bring into this world because of choices and sacrifices and decisions you made. Okay, it's like marriage isn't just about making sure that you feel good every single minute of every day, of every week, of every month, of every year. That's not how it works. Let's get back into it.
I feel like men actually do fight for the relationship. I feel like men do. They give till they can't give anymore. They give everything they have.
They do. And then what's out here for you? What's out here for you? Please tell me. You leave a good man. He's a good man. He's a provider. He respects you. He does everything. What else? What's out here waiting for you? But
I also feel like it's a thing where I'm sorry, my story was drawn out, but the point I wanted to get to out of everything was I had a good man, but it was very toxic and it was very unhealthy. So you can have because somebody is a good person, that doesn't mean it's your person. There are more good people out here. I want my person. Just because you're a good person doesn't mean that we were supposed to be together. Say if I was moving off of lust, which I do feel like that was a big thing on my end. But say if I was moving off of lust, and say if I'm not one with myself and one with God, and I'm not in alignment, I'm not even choosing correctly. My discernment is not even where it should be.
I have a question. I'm a little confused. How was he a good man, but it was toxic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What made it toxic?
What made it toxic if he was a good man?
I feel like you can be a good person, but still have a lot of growing to do and still have areas about yourself that needs work and that can be toxic. That doesn't mean I'm not.
What was it that's toxic?
Now she suspects that everybody is onto her and starting to come to an understanding that this is all just reflective of the fact that she makes bad choices and that her character is lacking and that Black women have faultiness in the way that they look at men and the way that they look at good men.
To grow, like you're always growing. So what to you was toxic?
So I don't feel like it was just him that had that. I feel like us together. Like, for example, me, I will take accountability. I think I spoke on this maybe like one of my very first panels or whatever, that I feel like I played a big part in our downfall. I wasn't ready. I thought I was ready, but I wasn't ready once I got into it. I wasn't. So I feel like I played a big part in a lot of the toxicness. My response to a lot of things, I didn't shut up more and listen and follow a suit. He didn't have a program for me to join. I will say that. He didn't have a program in place. He didn't have his own, he came from a lot of money. So things were already put in place for him. So he didn't really have his own, ideas and own, he really just, was falling into the family business, and which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how it should be. But so it wasn't really a program for me to really join. So I was trying to get in where I fit in, and I was kind of trying to motivate and do all the different things. But I don't feel like there was a clear vision. He wasn't a great leader. He was a provider, but he wasn't a great leader far as vision. This is where we're going, and boom, that's what it is. So I just feel like we both had things that just was off, and our communication was off. We argued a lot, those type of things. But I know if I grew a lot, I think it would have been different.
Yeah, you said if you grew a lot, you think it would have been different, but you're also mentioning a lot of these very nitpicky shortcomings, like things that actually don't say that he's a bad guy. He's providing for you, he's consistent, he's stable. You're mad that he doesn't have enough direction, and that can mean so many different things. That he doesn't have vision about what he's doing or whatever, which that isn't necessarily for you to worry about, especially if he's there paying the bills and whatever. You need to be worrying about the home. But of course, women don't know their place anymore.
But who's to say? I still don't feel like that was my soulmate. So, but he's a good man.
And I also say,
but that's
and he'll be a good man for the next woman that he's with.
Go ahead, Aaliyah. Aaliyah, me get on there. Go ahead, Aaliyah.
Yeah. But this is something going back to the video, this is my problem with older women and stuff like that. They get online and they make videos like this about how they left a good man and this, that, and the third, looking for a soulmate. and everything like that. And then it's younger girls like me who would like see videos like this, and we would think, okay, we have all these options, and we don't have to stick to one man, even if he's a good man, if he's not my soulmate, if I don't feel like in my heart of hearts, you know, really deep down in my soul that he's really for me, like I should just leave. Like, it's not good advice. It's never good advice.
Terrible advice.
That comes from like,
it's this very logic that women naturally have built in them inherently is why men had to get involved in the vetting process back in the day. They had to, because they were seeing that women were picking suitors from a very juvenile place, and were picking based on how they felt and how the guy stimulated them, and not based on anything logical.
They're always giving the advice that led them to the spot that they're in, and then try to make it seem like the spot that they're in is a good spot when it's not. And I'm why are you making a video like that? You're 40. She's pushing 40. She says she's 40. Mm-hmm. You're 40 with what options? You got kids. You was married. Like, you have a whole history, and you think you got all these options. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
I love that we have women saying stuff like this, because when guys say, oh, you're over 40, you don't have options anymore, they're like, misogynist. But when women say it, you have to listen, because women are living in the same world as these delusional women who are making up this shit. Let's get back into it.
Women are delusional. Like, and I'm a woman. So it's just like, so we're really delusional. Like, we have to like really sit down and really like call it what it is. We're delusional because she's 40. Like, she's 40, and this is how she's talking. She's talking like she's 23 and she popping, no kids, never been married.
Tomorrow.
And she giving this like, and she's popping it on social media. You're giving bad advice to younger women like me, and going back to what everybody else said, it's not going to be a fairy tale like story. It's not going to be a fairy tale story. We're not going to always be soulmates. Like, isn't a relationship, you're supposed to work at it? Aren't we supposed to build together? Why would somebody automatically be my soulmate? Or am I supposed to fall in love at first sight? Like, what are we talking about here? And it's just, I just feel like it's diluted.
This talk of soulmate stuff is just making me sleepy, exhausted, and depressed. Nobody wants to hear about all this soulmate crap. You women don't even know how to measure something like that. You will go through 5, 6 guys who you all thought were your soulmate, just diminishing your value, chasing a feeling. And when have emotions ever been a reliable pathway to logical and justifiable information? Ever. You don't make emotional financial decisions. You don't have to make a financial decision on what part of the world you'll move to. You don't have to make an emotional decision on basically everything else that's practical in your life. Why, when it comes to something like this, you would want to start becoming a child and now starting to make decisions from your hip?
She wasn't married, but everybody in the panel is like, oh, this my soulmate or whoever.
That's what she said too. She said he wasn't. He said that he wasn't her soulmate, and she still loved her.
Well, that's my point. Marriage is not about being a soulmate. Marriage is a contract first. The love comes second.
Come on, man.
If you're divorced with a good man, he's a good provider. He's a good man. He's that. But you're leaving, or you're leaving the relationship because he's not your soulmate. Your priorities are not.
Hey, Mercedes.
Exactly. And we need women pressing other women. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Aaliyah. We need y'all pressing other women, because all they're going to try to do when us guys do it is they're going to try to label us as evil things and try to target us as people who mean harm to women. But when other women say it, it brings so much more credence to the points. And they're forced to have to be self-aware, even if they don't want to be, even though they're still going to shame you and call you a pick-me and find ways to denigrate you. It helps the whole conversation as a whole.
Let me say this one thing. The baseline of being with somebody should not be just based off of they're a good person. There are a lot of good people in this world. It cannot just be you're a good person, boom, I'm the first good man. No, there are a lot. If you're not my person, God has already designed who my person is.
on some level, that's true. But let's keep this within context and we'll start the conversation. The woman in the original video was 40 years old. Black women need to come to this revelation that I'm getting ready to say more than anybody. You don't have endless tomorrow. There won't be an endless prime for any woman. That's why it's not good advice right now, because of the time frame of the age of the woman in question. Let's get back into it.
Believe that. So if you're not my person, I'm not going to make something. Now, granted, I wish, you know, yeah, it took me a while to get over him, you know, but
what is a soulmate? Like,
soulmate, like, what do you mean by my person?
See,
like, what do you mean by that?
I don't look at soulmate in a traditional way, so that don't even apply to me.
What you mean by my person? What do you mean by my person? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, what makes somebody your person? Like,
the person that God created for me.
How?
What the hell are you talking about?
I do
know
believe
what
that
person is. How you classify it?
What you say?
How you classify that? Like, how would you know? Like, you will have to look at them and be like, "That's the person God made for me," or like,
yeah, it's like,
what's
what qualifies you to even know who that is?
This is the thing. Like, for example, the relationship I was just in, I wanted that to be my person. That's the only reason I stayed so long, and it was getting worse and worse and worse. Like, I wanted that to be my person. So if I wish it, you know, like, it is what it is, but it didn't work. So
maybe you're just miserable and you can never be satisfied ever. Have you ever thought about that? That maybe it's just because you're really, really, really miserable, or you're toxic and you'll never be pleased no matter what. You're just lifeless. And because you don't know yourself and you don't know how to value a man, you'll always find a reason to be upset. When you find a guy who wants to party and take you dancing all the time and has the money, you'll still find a way to be upset. You'll probably be mad at the fact that he's got other women. You'll find a way to get upset because it's you.
Clearly, that's not my person. And like you said, it's not a thing where I'm walking around, is that my person? Is that my person? No, I'm just letting it happen. Now I'm being more intentional about when it comes to dating and all those things and how I want to show up, et cetera, et cetera. But no, it's not something I'm just picking out. You just, you know, I don't feel like.
How would you know? Like, when would you know? Like, when you in a relationship and you with a good guy and like
after you've already given a box up,
but like, I guess what does he have to do to be your person? Like, what?
No, that's the thing. I'm not looking at it from that way. Like, my person, there's a layout of a list of things that my person would do. I'm deciphering that once I'm in it. Like, I'm in it and it's not working. So when it does not work,
you're deciphering when you're in the relationship. You actually just don't know what you want in a man. So you have to be in a relationship to know.
She's like, I don't even really know what I'm looking for, but I know what I'm looking for once I've already made a decision. Hence why you're pushing 40 and single.
I'm not saying I have to be in a relationship to know what I want in a man. No, I was just answering that one thing about my person. Like, I don't have a list of, okay, this and this and this would be my person, especially as I'm still continuing to heal and grow and all those different things. Okay. I know who I used to want a year ago, I would not want next year, or whatever the case may be. So,
okay, maybe what made the other guy not your person? Maybe
the one I was just with.
Yeah, like, what made him not your person?
The only reason I'm saying he's not my person is because we did not work. That's the only reason I'm saying it. Now, granted.
So you don't decide until you're in the relationship or not, which means this isn't real criteria, right? You're like, I don't even know if he's my person unless we end up breaking up. Then that's how I know that he's not my person.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Ended up back together. Cool. Ooh, I was wrong. We were meant to be together. But because it did not work, you're not my person. Simply because that's not something he did or did not do. It was just, it didn't work.
But I also feel that blessings can be screwed up and can be messed up too. Just because it didn't work doesn't mean that it's something that you can't go back and actually fix. You know what I'm saying? I feel God will give you the opportunity to correct your wrongs, but you probably felt that situation wasn't meant for you, but it probably was meant for you. Like I said, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. I completely agree. I wanted to spin the block plenty of times.
Bye, Felicia.
You wanted to spin the block plenty of times, did you? Now you want to circle back?
What the hell you mean we? You get that we shit.
Now it's we again. Oh, I wanted to circle back a couple times. What happened? Did you circle back and it was already another girl there?
Seriously, who is this froggy little bitch?
Already replaced? Because he probably is that nigga.
Wait, hold on. We're not gonna
you
wait.
wanted to
Wait,
spin
why
the
did you
block,
want to spin the
but
block?
you-
Hold
y'all
on.
broke
We're
up?
not gonna let
Because
this up.
yes, I wanted to spin a block for a long time.
But you
This
broke
year,
up with
I wanted
him?
to.
And Mercedes,
I
so my
texted him
example
out
is
the
actually right then, right?
You
This
said
dude-
what?
So my
But I
example,
think it's because I'm magnifying all the great things. My mind, sometimes when you're in that phase of the break, like I spoke on this on 1 p.m. and I was like, we just broke up this year. We ended in like maybe between March and April.
Did you want to spin the block because you got out and you see how shitty these men are and you're realizing, okay, this man, he's a provider. He's probably a good man, not cheating, loyal, honest, but he's just not giving these little shit that you don't think that matters. Like a lot of women don't know what they need and want in a man. It's a difference. What you want and what you need. Like,
Definitely,
is provider more important than him complimenting you? Is him being loyal more important than him actually showing, like being there? Like, there's a lot of different stuff some women don't know. So I think sometimes people don't know what they know.
I 100% agree with you, which is why I take a lot of self-accountability. I was a delusional woman. That's why everything she said when she was like, women are delusional. Yes, I was super delusional. I was a hot mess. Like, I'm not a woman that just thinks, oh my God, no, he was wrong. No, I was a hot mess. I was not ready for,
Well, you did say that it didn't work out because he was toxic there in the beginning. And it was because you were starting to come to the understanding that we were all figuring you out and who you are and, you know, how you're lacking morals.
what he brought at that time. No. So yes, I wanted to spin the block because yes, I wanted my man back. I wanted all the things back. I
What
wanted
about
to
your baby father? What about your baby father?
And I felt like,
What about your baby father? Is he around?
He was in and out. He was in and out. Not with me. I'm talking about like as a father. Yeah, he was in and out. Now I just completely X'd him out. But
you X'd him out of your child's life?
Currently, right now, yes.
Moomies, you said I am a bad mom. I agree. High five.
Nice guy that you were dating, the guy that you were with, if the guy you spent the block with was doing what the guy you were with were doing.
No, the guy, that's the same guy. It's only one guy. I've only been in two I've only been in two relationships as an adult, which is my child father and the man I was just with.
Oh, my apologies. My bad. I'm sorry. Okay. My bad.
So,
but you see how
that's
like
the other thing. When you haven't
he
had
left
that
a
many
good
experiences
man.
with relationships, that was only my second relationship outside of my child father and being 30 years old now. Yeah, and the first man that I had, you know, to do all that with, live with someone, and we played the whole family thing, did all.
You want to be careful with language. You want to make sure you always pay attention to the language that people you are bringing into question. They will reveal their intentions if you know what kind of verbiage to look forward to. Notice she says, we played the whole. Who was playing? He probably wasn't playing. He probably was taking that really serious. Were you ever taking it serious?
Like I said, we argued a lot.
I'm just asking a question.
He cheated a little bit. It was a little bit of cheating, but it's a lot of things that's not
my goodness, here we go.
Cheating? Hold on. Who was cheating? You ain't.
A lot of cheating, definitely a lot of cheating, and I found that out way after the fact. But yeah, and I had a lot of suspicions throughout the thing, and I would be considered insecure and all those different things. But you know, I was correct.
How dishonorable of you to this late in the discussion now bring in a variable like this, to bring it up this late. And I'm not even going to say that you're being dishonest, but I'm going to say this, to bring up this variable in the timing that you brought it up in. Very telling. All but too telling.
So, you know, just that whole type of thing. But I guess bottom line, y'all, I just feel like because somebody is a good person.
Carmen just said, did you like him? She's going to move past it, probably like she didn't hear the question, but I think it is a good question. Did you even like this guy? This doesn't seem like someone you like. This is like somebody who you were looking for any reason to leave. So which means you probably maybe shouldn't have got with him in the first place.
That's all. That's the moral of the story. There's a lot of.
I think the moral should be you should give good people a try. If they're a good person, you go with a good person. I think the moral should be you should stick it out and you should stick with good people. You know what I'm saying?
I think we should go back. To be honest, I think we should go back to the old days and let your let's go back to the arranged marriages because clearly nobody knows what they want. Let's go back then. Let your father.
Doesn't seem like the panel is in agreement, but if historically speaking, those marriages last longer and often last for an eternity, who are we to say that arranged marriages are not what's better for society when us doing it ourselves has led us to the divorce rate we see today? And look at in the Black community, we can only stay married for 5 years. Who the hell are we to look at alternate ideas about how to get into a marriage and turn our nose up at it? Very rich. Let's get back into it.
Let your mother, let your family pick your husband because arranged marriages have worked for years. We don't know. We literally just sat here and said, I left a good man. He's a good provider. He was great. He was fine, but I still left anyway. So
who left a good man? Let your family pick your husband, girl.
Let your family pick your husband.
Who left a good man? Who left a good man?
You said you left
the video said that they left a good man.
No, baby, I would no. I didn't.
Did you not leave? Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I misheard you because I thought that you said that you left a good man. So I misheard you.
You did say
what?
I
thought that you said that you left a good man. I apologize.
No, I didn't leave him.
No, I swore you said that too.
That's what she said.
And then you.
I would have stuck it out.
So no.
Well, I'm just a little confused.
What I heard.
I was a good man, but a cheater. I'm just. What is?
That's what I'm saying. I would have stuck it out.
What in the hell is she talking about?
Yeah, you're right. One mic, y'all. One mic.
What do you mean you're saying you would have stuck it out? You said that you left him, and then you said you tried to circle back after you left him. You don't circle back to somebody and the person broke up with you because they broke up with you. So you can't circle back because the person broke up with you. There's nothing to circle back to. You only can circle back to a bad decision you made. What are you even trying to do right now? Whatever's going to make you look the worst, you just try to move the goalpost from that spot.
I think we did get a little confused because we thought you said he was a good man, but there was some stuff going on. It became toxic, but he was a good man, provider. You did say he was a provider. Mm-hmm. Then down the line, you said he was a cheater. So I'm confused how he's a cheater and a good man, but it was a toxic relationship.
I guess my idea of a good person, y'all, I'm a little different, I guess. My idea of a good person doesn't mean that they don't come with stuff. They don't come with their flaws. I don't know. I don't feel like because you cheat just in general, because I don't know. I don't feel like I don't know. It was just a lot of things. I don't know. I just feel like at heart and at core, we can be good people. But if we're not grown to where we need to be and we have a lot of trauma and those different things, we're going to act off of those different things. That doesn't mean I'm not a good person per se.
That has got to be the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
No, I was just going to ask Aaliyah, so you were in disagreement with what I was saying?
Yeah, I just feel like it's bad advice. Like you said, well, not advice, but like you were saying that you had you had a good man, he was providing, he was this, he was that. And then you were saying like, but he just wasn't my person. And, he just wasn't my soulmate and everything like that. God. And it's just,
what you said.
I'm just like, that's just what I was talking about. Like, that's delusional. Like there is, I don't know what you mean by soulmate. That's why I was asking you, like, what do you mean by my person? That's why I was really trying to get into the to really what you're talking about, because I don't understand and it just doesn't make sense to me. So I just feel like it's bad advice.
It is.
Or like bad, like a bad way of moving about things. Like I wouldn't want to move that way.
And I know we don't have to stay stuck on this, but I just wanted to ask you that when I was speaking. But no, I feel like you're missing it. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna hit this one more time, and I'm gonna leave this whole thing alone. Like I said, I didn't leave. I would have still been there if it was my choice. Two, and with all the toxic stuff that was going on, I still would have tried to work through it. Two.
So why even bring it up? You were gonna work through it and whatever. It wasn't to make you look less, immoral. Because it does make you look like you don't have morals. It does.
Toxic stuff outweighed everything. everything, like everything. We even talked about going to counseling. I feel like that would have helped.
Okay, but you didn't leave and you said that you were okay with it all. So again, every time you start to see yourself moving to the part of this narrative that puts you in a shameful place, you try to bring up something that made this so bad you just had to leave, but then you keep saying you didn't leave. It's like, what the hell is it?
But yeah, the toxic stuff that happened outweighed everything. I'm not trying to put too much out here, but it was a little bit of like I said, along with the cheating and a little bit of other things, we got really bad. So it ended by force. Neither one of us really wanted to end, but I have a child and stuff like that, and we couldn't keep being toxic within the home. So yeah,
I think I'm more so
I didn't
about
leave
your
because of, oh my
mindset.
God,
Somebody had to break up. Who was it?
not happy. I don't believe happiness is something that I'm not searching for happiness. I want peace. Peace is gonna stay no matter what's going on, good, bad, whatever the case may be. I'm not chasing happiness. So no.
Yes, you are. Like, what do you?
So I just want to clear that up.
So you would leave a guy who has everything that you need on paper, and he's a perfectly good provider and stable, unfaithful, nonviolent. We're also supposed to believe that you don't pick men for stupid reasons. If you won't pick a man for all those reasons that are phenomenal, there isn't anything else left but the dumb reasons to pick a man, but the juvenile and childish reasons to pick a man. I don't know if you know how ridiculous you sound, but I promise if you watch this back in totality, you'll see just how foolish you sound. And it's pretty obvious to the people who are viewing this right now how silly you sound. But I can tell by your arrogance and your bravado, you don't have a clue how lost you are, and that's going to cost you. Hit the subscribe button on your way out of the room. Also hit the notification bell so you're notified every single time we post content just like this. I'll see you guys on the next one.